Potato is tomato.
Hello, today is January 4th, 2022. Today we have another guest speaker. Don't get too used for having two in a row. Now, let's welcome Ramen. Would you like to say hello?
Hi guys, thank you for having me, and I can't wait to start.
No problem, Ramen. Let's start in with our topic, lockdown and lockdown effects. Our first thing to talk about is, what does lockdown do for business owners?
Well, I know a couple of small business owners, and I have to say it really takes a toll on them for providing money. And because of COVID, we are different ingredients like flour, butter, eggs, the essentials you need for baking are a lot more expensive because of lockdown and COVID.
Another thing on that is, when we're in lockdown, not all places are available. And just like the toilet paper incident, it was everyone started purchasing a bunch of things because they didn't know if things were going to get even worse and close down. But people start just buying a bunch of things so that they don't have to go into stores or anything like that. And that is hard for business owners that need those type of things, like flour, for example. They need a bunch of that, but then people just purchase a bunch of it, hoping that they, like, if anything gets worse, that they already have it.
Even like if it's not a small business, for example, like electronics, they're it's so expensive because they have to ship it overseas, and not many people wanted to do it. And yeah,
like talking about video games, people's mental health also goes down because they can't get out as much, and they don't have anyone to socialize with unless you're online. But then you have a screen in front of you, and that could affect your mental health. So it's just, when you're in a lockdown, people they don't know what to do with themselves, and it can affect your mental and physical health.
yes, when I was like during the first lockdown, like I was constantly on the screen for like 6 hours like every day, and that like really affected me. Like it was just really tough because you weren't able to go outside, and like it was really weird not getting any exercise.
I agree with you. It's just, I remember getting these blue light glasses because the blue light from the screen every day for like 6 hours, it hurts your eyes and can give you headaches. And like you dread going on to talk to people, and but if you don't, then you don't have any socialization, and it affects your mental health both ways.
And like because no one wants to go out, they start ordering online, and that makes like the shops that like have this stuff but they don't have an online website, like they just lose money like a lot.
Yeah, totally agree with the ramen there. Now, moving on to the next topic. What are some of the upsides and downsides of going back to stage 2 in this pandemic?
Well, I think some of the upsides are, like, we're giving COVID just a second, like, we're just giving it some space, and it'll help die down. But for like these like restaurants that don't serve online, and like that are on like a street or something, it's hard for them because people can't go to the restaurants, and lots of people go out of business in these lockdowns.
Yeah, I know like countless restaurants that I used to go to, like they're all shutting down because like no one's going to them because of COVID, and it's just like really sad. But then like at least you're not getting infected with the virus.
And it was pretty lucky that I know some businesses, instead of having a storefront or an online website, I know someone that sold off of social media platforms to get their business running.
Yeah, it's just there's so many people that rely on technology in this lockdown, and it's like you know like your parents tell you all the time that you should never stay on technology, and it's true. You should never be on it for like a long period of time. And I think people are realizing that it's not good to be on it. And like sure, you can go outside and you can be in your backyard or just go on a walk, but there's no one to talk to and there's no one to go with. And there's a certain point when you're stuck inside that it's just you just have you and your family, or maybe it's just you depending on where you live, and it's just you need more socialization, and it starts to get hard for people who can't socialize with other people.
Yeah, being inside so much, I know I can get some serious cabin fever when I don't go outside. Um, it's pretty crazy. The toll that it's taken on our COVID has taken on our mental and physical state.
Yeah, like especially with stage 2 coming back, like I wouldn't be surprised if we go into like another like full scale lockdown, and that and doing online school again, like it really affects your mental health, like not being able like to see your friends like and get some outdoor activity, even if like you are wearing a mask and social
Yeah,
distancing.
yeah. Talking as we're talking about online school here, make sure to go listen to our other podcast, Online School Again, to listen more about it.
Yeah, we know that it's going to take an effect because different kids from all around the country, and maybe just a couple countries, are moving into online school again for 2 weeks till the pandemic kind of slows down. And we're going to really see the toll it'll make when you can't socialize with your friends in person and you can only do it online. Now we're going to move to actually, funny thing, we're going to be moving to online school for its mental health and how it's going to be socializing with others.
Personally, I like the idea of online school just because like safer, and plus like I don't have my second vaccine yet, so like it's good to stay home, but then it's also not
Yeah.
very good because of like not being able to see your friends and stuff. Like I said, it can be pretty painful. Like as I said, but it's gonna be like pretty painful not being able to see your friends, but at least like you'll be safe. And if you have a sibling or anything, or like a parents or a guardians, at least you'll be with them. And like still like you can maybe go on walks or do something like outdoors, even if it is just your backyard. Like it can still be like good just to get fresh air.
I agree with you. I think that it's good to be able to go online for a bit because sometimes the stress of school, you just need some time. And I think this is like almost like a mini vacation, but at least you're still doing work. It allows you to be more free with it, and you can like sit in your bed while you're online, and I think that it's a very good thing. But
Yeah,
too much of it, it's like your body can't handle it, and you need to go back to school eventually.
and still like with online school you will get like breaks, so that's a good time like to go outside, stretch your legs or anything that's not on a screen, because at least you're getting like the small breaks in between like hours of screen.
Yeah, I remember when I did online school, it was the consistent 6 hours a day really took a toll on me, mentally and physically. Sometimes I didn't want to go outside, and that was really a problem. That when we went back in person, it really helped. Now we're gonna move back to the topic lockdown.
So some of the things that I remember doing most of the time was I'd go outside or I'd go for a run and I'd bring like my phone or something that I could bring with me so that I could be on a meeting at the same time, just so that you have something to do. And I think it's a good thing to search up what can you do when you're in lockdown, because if you're inactive too much, it's not gonna be too good.
Yeah, I remember one day on online school, I actually brought my whole setup outside and had a whole day outside, and that really helped. That made me feel outdoorsy again.
Well, I think that's all the time we have for today.
Very much, Ramen. I hope we get to see you again soon. It would be nice to have you on the show again, and I would like to wish everybody a good day and goodbye.
Potato is tomato.